Hi there! In this video I will explain assignment 1, which is about gaining insight into the views of researchers on open science. For assignment 1 of this MOOC you will first conduct an interview with a researcher on open science and then interpret the answers to assess the researcher's views on open science. By going through these steps, you find out what your fellow researchers think about the topic of open science. This might be very positive or skeptical. Or the researcher that you interview might even be completely unfamiliar with open science. Let's discuss step 1. Conduct an interview with the researcher on open science. This first step of the assignment should take you about 1.5 hours. For this part of the assignment, you will contact a researcher at your faculty, company or institution to conduct a short interview. If you are working at the university, this could, for example, be a supervisor or a faculty member. We have provided you with the interview questions, you just have to ask them and note down the answers you get. There are a few things you need to keep in mind before you do the interview. Do not send the interview questions to the interviewee before starting the interview. This way, the answers will typically be more spontaneous and honest. Do not conduct the interview by email. Ideally, perform the interview face-to-face or do it by telephone, Skype or similar medium. Mention to the interviewee that the interview and the questionnaire are in accordance with the edX privacy policy. Also mention to the interviewee that his or her responses will be made anonymous. And if the interviewee does not feel comfortable answering any of the questions, you can move on to the next question. If any part of the questionnaire is unclear to you, use the form to ask for support. In step 2 of the assignment, you will interpret the answers from the interview and fill in the answers in the online form that you can find on the edX platform. This step should take you about 45 minutes. There might be some ambiguity to the answers that you got during the interview. So part of the assignment here is to interpret their answers and tick the boxes that you think reflect their answers. Finally, after you have filled in the online form, go to the final step of the assignment to tick the boxes to indicate that you have completed step 2 of assignment 1. This activity will ensure that you will get your grade for this part of the assignment. More information about the assessment of assignment 1 can be found on the platform. We would like to remind you that your participation in the survey is voluntary. You may withdraw your participation at any time. Also know that your answers here, combined with your edX course data, may be used in scientific research related to online education. Of course, this survey is in accordance with the edX privacy policy. You will treat all provided information confidentially. After you have finished filling in the questionnaire, please share your experiences on the forum dedicated to assignment 1. Sharing your experiences will result in interesting discussions and also allows you to compare your findings to those of others, such as those of participants from other countries. In week 2 of this course, we will analyze the uploaded assignments. Based on this analysis, we will record a feedback video, which we aim to make available at the end of week 2. Good luck with assignment 1!